Hey guys, thank you for joining. Here's Veronda Bellamy on Veronda Bellamy Inspired podcast. And I have a very special guest that I wanted to bring to you guys. You probably have seen her, and she's so amazing. You may be like, really, have I seen her? And when you hear more about her, you're going to be like, yep, that is her. So with no further ado, I want to introduce you to Miss Christine Horn. She's known to many as the booking magnet. Christine Horn is a Broadway film and television actress, a career coach for actors, and the author of Playing Small, the Actor's Guide to Becoming a Booking Magnet. With over 25 plus years of experience and over 72 film TV credits. Wow, Christine. You've seen Christine in Snowfall, Black Mafia Family, Grey's Anatomy, Blackish, Stomp, The Yard, Good Girl, SWAT, Terminator, Dark Fate, The Good Doctor, Tyler Perry's The Haves and the Have-Nots. My mama loves that show. And Boo, a Medea Halloween, just to name a few. She has helped hundreds of actors from around the world through her game-changing online course, Book More TV. In addition, she has helped thousands of actors get closer to their acting dream through her online community and podcast, Hollywood Bound Actors. Christine believes that most actors play small. Their thoughts sabotage their success. And she's on a mission to help other actors master their mindset, acting, marketing, and auditions. That way they can have the career they desire and deserve. Yes, you know me. Like I'm all things mindset, mental health, and making sure that we're in our happy and all of that, right? So,
Yeah.
what else would you like to kind of, I guess, tell the audience about yourself, Christine?
Oh, well, first of all, hey, Veranda, and thank you for inviting me. Congratulations on this podcast, doing all the things, and I'm here for it. You're such a bright light in your space. So and that's why I know we connected many years ago. Well, in addition to that, gosh, it says so much. I'm a full-time actress, and also a life and career coach for actors. Um, and I just believe in like going for your dream and then that it's never too late. I'm from New York, from the Boogie Down Bronx, raised by a single mom, my mom, Valerie. And, my mother was the example of going for it, just taking a shot. She moved us to Atlanta in the 90s. I went to high school there. She made sure went to go to the best performing arts high school in Atlanta called Tri-Cities High School. Like I don't know, she just gave life a shot. And that was always my example. And that's how I've lived. This career as an actor is not easy. It's filled with ebbs and flows, ups and downs, days where you're saying hallelujah and days where you're saying, Lord, what am I doing? um, but I love it. And I love that God uses me to inspire other people while I'm also going for my own dream day to day.
Yeah, that's beautiful. You're amazing at what you do. So you played all these different, what is it, 72 plus?
Yes,
72, girl, 72.
I
That's
know.
fine.
I
That's
know.
right. So if you could pinpoint, I don't know, your top three favorite characters that you've played, what
Mm.
are they? Who are they?
Well, I would say the number one would be when I got to play Harriet Tubman on a
Mm,
sci-fi show called Timeless. That was a huge honor, as you can imagine, being amongst the list of actresses who had a chance to portray her on camera. So that would be number one. Um, I would say my second favorite was also my most scandalous, and that was as a character named Mabel on Black Mafia Family season two. A home wrecker, just messy. The fans hated me and loved me at the same time. Get hate mail and proposals. Like it was that kind of character. But it was so much fun because it was just so like opposite of me, and it was just fun to try on and kind of to be the bad guy in that way. Um, and my third favorite, I have to say, is something I just shot that I can't even talk about yet. I just got back from Toronto. It's a sci-fi project, and it's just one of a very badass kind of character. It's something that I've been dreaming of doing for quite some time. So it probably won't come out till the end of the year or next year, but I was challenged in a whole new way, and so I'm excited about that one too.
That's awesome. Yeah, Mabel.
Yeah, messy Mabel. I mean, that's the beauty of being an actor. It's trying on different hats, and because I transform so much between characters, a lot of times people don't even know it's me. Like when I was on Snowfall, I also was on a show called Snowfall at the same time as Black Mafia Family, and a lot of people didn't even realize I was the same person. So finally, people started putting these side by side pictures. Like, did you realize this is the same actress? So I think that's a good thing. That means I'm doing my job, and you're not looking at Christine. You're looking at whoever the character is.
Yeah. So how do you manage and flow between the characters like that? You know what I mean? Like, because it's different personalities, right? And so how do you manage that whole transition?
Well, for me, it's easy because I'm just present wherever I am at the moment. So if I'm on one show, one set, I'm only focused on that character that day. And each character for me has a different way that they walk and talk and sound and act. So it's just like stepping in and stepping out. It's just I've learned how to do it quickly and pretty effortlessly. So I have a process, especially when I'm doing something like multiple things at the same time.
Yeah. I remember, I don't know where I heard you say this, but you were describing how you kind of put the character on, like it's like you just kind of put it on like do you remember that?
Yeah, I talk about that a lot, almost like putting on a bodysuit from
Yeah.
top to bottom. Like even coming out of a character, I do an exercise where I unzip myself. So imagine the zippers at the top of your head, and you unzip yourself all the way down to your feet. You take everything off, and you set yourself to the side, which is something that as a coach, I teach a lot, especially for characters that are very emotionally draining, or maybe have dealt with some trauma. Or just a place that you're scared to go. I often remind myself and my students, like, you are safe. Take yourself off. This is not you. This is your character. And when you are done with that character, take that character off, and you don't bring that home with you. Every actor, of course, has their own process. Some are more method than others. But for me and my mental health, that's a process that works for me.
Yeah, that makes like I feel like I do that like transitioning as a therapist. You know what I mean? Between, because I'm in sessions and I'm some days it's 8, some days it's 10. It's been 12-hour days of just like going in, as a therapist and coaching. You really have to be able to kind of take it off.
Yeah.
And
Otherwise, you absorb it
5 minutes
all.
later, I got mommy, 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 And so being able to step into being a mom and being a wife and dealing with all of that. And so I just love that analogy because it's relevant for what you do, but I feel like it can be relevant for what everyone does as a professional because we do have so many different hats, you know what I mean, that we have to put on to perform and show up in
Yep.
this world, right? And take up space. So I love
Absolutely.
it. I never forgot it. I don't even know where I saw you. I don't know if I was watching you on a live or
Who
if you
knows?
were on a stage.
Who knows? But it's something I talk about a lot because a big block, and you and I have talked privately about this, about some actors not even getting as far as they want in their career because they're just so afraid that they won't be able to come back to themselves. And
Mm,
finding a way that they can do that safely is huge. And I've actually had some clients who are therapists and counselors, and they have a hard time connecting emotionally because they're so used to not connecting, because they have to protect themselves with their clients and create that barrier. So when it's time for the role says you got to go there, they have a trouble connecting in that way also. So it's deep work.
it is. It's beautiful work too when you're really committed to it and you can let that guard down and really just step into it.
Mm.
This is how you get 72 plus credits. I'm just saying.
Yes.
So, in just hearing, and you coach so many people um and help them because I feel like with actors and actresses they come like they start doing something else and then they just kind of step into this right into the role of becoming an actor or actress. And so how do you, I guess, coach them, like say they're leaving a full-time job into becoming and trusting themselves to be this amazing star?
Well, it's really a journey, to be honest, and so much is so funny. Many aspiring and new actors, no matter no, of any age, often just think, just tell me what camera I need, just tell me what ring light I need, right? How do I get on Tyler Perry? Like it's just like want to jump through these moments where they don't realize that the biggest thing that's keeping them from their next level is their mindset. And that's not the sexy work, right? So people come to me and say, "Hey, I want to leave my job. I'm like, hold on, don't quit your job yet. Hold on, keep your job. You're gonna need the job to pay for classes and pictures and all the things." But people don't also realize how trying it is, and being an actor in the spotlight, even before you get to the spotlight, dealing with all these fears. I wrote a book called Playing Small: The Actor's Guide to Becoming a Booking Magnet. And the book really just touches on the mindset you need to stay in this career and dealing with fears that come up that most coaches don't even want to talk about. They just want to get, yeah, let's teach you some scene study. But no one's talking about when you're in your quiet, when you're home alone, quiet with your thoughts, and there's fear of judgment, fear of comparison, fear of competition, fear of not being good enough, fear of success, fear of failure. All these things start creating self-sabotage. And so the biggest hurdle that I have to deal with, and not just with my clients, with myself over the years, is that mindset, is those mindset leaps to keep you from procrastinating, waiting to the last minute for that audition. Oh, my kids, oh, my job, oh, this. And I'm like, hey, this industry doesn't care. I've had clients who are been RNs in the height of COVID, and they came to work with me. I'm like, okay, now if you get an audition for a major motion picture, the casting director is not going to care that you worked a double shift. Are you going to get it done or not? And are you going to do it exceptionally well or not? So that's just the biggest thing. It's possible. Um, because for most people who are actors, they're not doing it full time. They need some other supplemental income. Um, Depending on what market you live in, if you live in a smaller market or New York or LA, it changes your opportunities. So I think the biggest thing is just letting people know it's not as easy as it looks. I think the good actors make it look easy. People just see the red carpets and the movie premieres, but they don't see the hundreds of auditions you did to get the one gig, all the no's that you get, all the rejection. So it's not for the faint of heart, and a lot of people don't make it because of that.
Mm, yeah, because as you're saying it, I'm thinking about Taraji
Hmm.
and how she came out with her point of view and her experience and with the color purple and how distorted the reality of what it is. Like we think it's one thing when it's really not that, you know what I mean? And I remember her specifically saying, and I felt the pressure to show up as someone that was making like 10 million plus dollars on every gig. And so but that's just not how it goes, right? So
But she spoke so much truth, and so many of us Black actresses were nodding our head because we've all experienced that on some level. Um, it's a machine that has to continuously be fed. And at the heart of the matter, too, is the average person does not care. You're on television. That's all people see. You're rich. You're famous. Just be happy. No one wants to hear you complain. No one wants to hear what was me when I'm watching you on TV and I'm going to my job driving a bus. Like, right? There's nothing wrong with driving a bus, but that's the reality. And so what happens is we suffer in silence. We can only we complain and share our woes amongst each other as actors and actresses in the industry because we understand, we get it. The role you shot a year ago may just be coming out next week, but I shot that a year ago. That money is gone. I got bills. But oh, it doesn't matter because that movie's coming out or that project's coming out, and now there's press, and now you got to hire publicists, and you got to hire makeup artists and hairstylists from the pay I got a year ago. Like I challenge anyone to take the pay they got a year ago and budget that out for a year later, and then have to spend your own money to look like $1 million because that's part of it, you know? And again, it's the inner workings of this industry that most people don't talk about. You just see, oh, I just want to have a speaking role on TV. Great. But as the stakes get higher, these are the things that are expected of you. You have to operate in your star power if that's what you desire to be.
yeah. And so what is that mindset? Like what is that secret? Is there one secret? to really that people can kind of latch on to when they're making that transition, or in that process of feeding that machine, to
Yeah.
get to where you want to be.
For me, I can only speak for how I operate and that is just unshakable faith and
Mm,
unshakable belief in self.
mhm,
Because you get so many no's. You get way more no's than yeses. Like you can't tell me I'm not talented. You can't tell me that I am not gifted, that God didn't say, Christine Horn, I'm gonna have her do this. Like she's gonna be great at this, right? Like there's nothing, even when I don't book gigs, you can't tell me that. Like I believe that so deeply, and I trust that God would not put this burning in my belly if I wasn't meant to show it in some way. And that doesn't mean like I'm to be rich and famous. It could just I could be working at the church and doing community theater, but to be showcasing my gift. I think that is the key because you will be told no. People won't believe in you. You won't get the job. You'll question yourself. And if you don't have that faith in yourself, faith in your higher power, this industry can really tear you up. Um, and so, like, that's one of the biggest pieces of advice that I give to anyone. Like, have a strong foundation and a belief of self. And that's one of the harder things because until a lot of times this is an evidence-based business. And so a lot of times a lot of actors are seeking external validation to prove they're good enough. So they can take classes and tape auditions, but if they don't get the booking, like the actual booking, they'll feel like, well, what is wrong with me? I haven't booked yet. Not even realizing that they're making progress. Or if that same casting director called you in 5 times, they really like you, it just didn't work out in the end. Like it can wear on your soul. It can wear on you. Um, so truly like believing in yourself and having a life outside of the industry is crucial.
yeah. People say, I got to find balance. I got to have that balance, right? And just, family bucket, travel bucket, savings, career, having that balance. I don't believe in balance, but that's a whole different
Podcast.
podcast.
Yeah.
But that's it though, right? It's, finding that balance so that you can matriculate in a way that is healthy, that's really healthy for you. So the mind is like everything. Your soul is your mind, right? And so being able to feel that, and it's so easy because we have so much tangibles and just stuff media around us that's kind of clouding, and you can't really hear clearly what you really need to hear. So it's really important to have that
Yeah.
balance, so that you can move forward in a powerful way. So is it actor or is it actress? Which one is it?
Well, years ago, it's gone through phases. Like I say both. It's this actors just kind of the general. It's all of us. Some people want to call themselves actress. It doesn't matter to me, personally. I think there was just a time where one was more politically correct than the other, but I call myself an actor. It depends on this what day and the sentence if I'm writing it out. But to me, it's what I do. Being an actor is what I do. I act. I'm an actor. I'm an actress. Doesn't matter to me. I don't think you'll offend many people, and if they want to be called a certain thing, they'll say that, but that's my point of view.
Yeah. Okay. I always wonder that because you hear both, right? And I'm like, is actress feminine? Like, is that what it is? An actor is
Yeah,
feminine,
that
masculine?
actress technically is feminine, right? So we typically wouldn't call a male an actress. He's the actor, we're the actresses. But just in general, we are actors.
Got it. So it's like man
Hmm.
as a whole, and then
Exactly.
you have woman and you have man. Okay, that's helpful.
Exactly. Yes.
So I feel like I want to do a round because we're almost wrapping it up right now. A round of like I'm just flowing off the top of my head with this.
You
So
know,
I want them to get to know you, a little bit better. I think you're amazing. And they're gonna be like, yeah, I saw girl, you're Mabel. Like Mabel is scandal. I watch Mabel.
you
She
must
looks scandalous, girl. But for you, let's do a question of like five random questions to really describe who Christine, the amazing Christine Horn is, right? So, what's your favorite color?
Ah, green. I'm saying my voices sound like that because it's really green and pink. But if one has to roll green first.
Green. Okay. Is that like money green, lime green, or just green in general?
Kind of like money green.
Yeah.
I'm looking at my plant right in front of me. It's a nice rich green, not forest green, that in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah. Like a deep green.
Which is
Yeah.
has such a big leap because when I was like in high school, early 20s, it was always black. I wore black everywhere. And
Mm-hmm.
I liked it. And I wasn't trying to be like dark, but as I've gotten older and I just grew into loving bright colors. It was yellow for a while and then went to green and pink. So yeah.
Okay, girl. I like it. So, question number two. Let's see. What's your morning routine, girl? Like, just give us some tips on like some of your morning routine that you do.
So what's my morning routine? It's not that exciting. I typically wake up, have tea, journal, read personal development for about 30 minutes, some kind of nonfiction book, and meditate.
Meditate.
And and then I don't take any clients or do anything. If it's a day where I have no auditions or I'm not on set, if I'm just working from home, I don't take any clients or anything till after 11. So for me, around 10 o'clock is when I like to go work out, either at the gym or at my home gym. And then yeah, that's kind of my morning routine. Then I eat and then I get into work, into this office. Um, yeah, so that's really about it. My morning's pretty chill. My mornings are really sacred. I don't do a thing where I wake up super early because I don't have to. Like I just don't have to. Like when I'm on set, sometimes I have 3 a.m. pickups and 4 like when I just got back from Toronto, I was on set for 18 hours a day. So I relish the times when I don't have to get up early.
Mm.
Like, whenever Jesus wakes me, okay. All right. That's what it is today. Okay. I'm working
You
my
know, Christine. I love it. All right. And so I think what we're going to do three. The final one is, what is something that you like to do to bring yourself happiness?
Hmm. There are several things.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I love to cook. I love to cook. It's very therapeutic for me. And my friends would be like, "You're cooking? You worked all day?" I'm like, it winds me down.
Mm-hmm.
So cooking, feeding others, I really love that. Um, Binging, a series on Netflix or something like that. Um, Something that brings me happiness and is a sign that I love myself. I light candles. Whenever I light a candle, I've just made this thing in my head that when I light a candle, it's me loving on myself. So I have tea lights all over the house, and so I just love lighting candles along the way. Um, and and something that just brings me random happiness is taking a good slow traipse through like a TJ Maxx, Home Goods, or Marshalls, or Ross, with no intention of buying anything, just slowly strolling through the aisles, smelling candles, looking at sheets that I don't need.
Listen, it's like the best thing, isn't it? With the buggy, right? It has.
Because you might find something. Just harmless traipsing brings me so much joy. It really does. Tiny
I
thing.
love that. Yes, yes. I thought it was just me. And it's so funny because I ran into someone in a store in Home Goods and she had nothing in her buggy. And she was like, I think I just came here really to see you and what was here because I'm not buying anything. Like, no, it's a whole thing. Like, it's a thing.
Therapeutic. Look, we all whatever works. Listen, whatever works.
Yes, more please, right?
Thank you. More, please. Absolutely.
And so, in closing, where can everyone find you? Thank you so much for sharing what you've shared, but where can everyone find you
On the
on
best,
all
yeah,
these?
it's on like My website, christinehorn.com, but I know a lot of people don't go to websites anymore. So if you're on Instagram, Christine Horn, no E on the horn, actress Christine Horn. That's where you can find me on Instagram. And if there happen to be any aspiring, secretly inspiring actors out there, my podcast, The Hollywood Bound Actor, I have a podcast, a Facebook group, a YouTube channel if you do want some actual tips on breaking into the industry. So yeah.
Thank you for your yes today.
Thank you for inviting me. I'm so proud of you. Keep it up, keep shining, keep inspiring the world.
Thank you so much. And I know your day is full and busy and you got all the things to do. Um, and so I appreciate it.